given the order to be able to shoot at unarmed protesters in any way? I'm just asking the question. Don't laugh. Like the whole country. And by the way, my colleagues across the aisle.
What is that based on? What evidence would you have that an order like that has ever been given?
It is based on Donald Trump giving that order to your predecessor. He was asked to shoot at their legs. He wrote that in his book. That's not hearsay. Have you given the order? Have you given the order that they can use lethal force against honor? I want the answer to be no. Please tell me it's no. Have you given the order?
Senator, I'd be careful what you read in books and believing it, except for the Bible.
Oh, my God.
Oh, my God.
Tonight's Red Hot video, Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth leaving Senator Elissa Slotkin exasperated after ridiculously asking if Hegseth had given the order to shoot unarmed Americans. Slotkin wasn't the only one whose skin Hegseth got under. He also shut down Nevada's Jackie Rosen.
Do you believe it's appropriate for any social media personality to influence personnel decisions in your department? Yes or no?
I believe your time is up, Senator.
Oh, it is not up to you to tell me when my time is up.
Well, the time
And I am going to
senator.
say, thank you, Mr. Chairman. I yield back. And I don't appreciate the smirk, sir. You are the Secretary of Defense.
Wow, Chris.
Wow.
It's like you want to bring out the popcorn. This is way too good to watch.
You are the Secretary of Defense. Oh, thank
Yes,
you,
I
Senator.
am.
I know
Thank
that
you.
I'm the Secretary of
Yes.
Defense. Oh, let me check my business card. And the order to shoot protesters, she said, in the legs?
Yeah,
Shoot them in the legs.
Yeah.
That's, well, that's kind of interesting. I'm reminded Joe Biden, when he was president.
I knew you were going to bring this up.
Joe Biden, when he was president, actually was talking about police and how they shouldn't shoot people. You know, and he said, like an unarmed person is running at you with a knife. He said, remember, if an unarmed person's running at you with a knife, you should shoot him in the leg.
That's right.
He said, and Joe Biden said that. So maybe she got that stuck in her head or something like that.
It's easier when Joe's coming at you because it's all stiff and he's moving real slow. But
Yeah,
Real
not
slow.
exactly a moving
And he's got a
target.
beach chair dragging behind him very slowly. Pretty funny stuff. I got to say, it was good. And I like Pete Hegseth says, Senator, your time is up. I've never seen that before. I've never seen the witness telling
That's
the
like
senator
a
that
Uno
their time
reverse
is
card.
up.
Yeah. Radical leftist Senator Mazie Hirono also joined in, playing into the fear-mongering that Hegseth and the Pentagon pose a danger to the American people.
You claim lethality is your top priority. Do you plan to unleash this lethal force against U.S. citizens and civilians in L.A. and other cities?
Well, Senator, I would reject most of the characterization of that statement.
Given the dangerous policy of mobilizing troops inside the U.S., if ordered by the president, I'm going to ask you once again, to shoot peaceful protesters in the legs, would you carry out such an order from the president?
Senator, as I've said before, of course, I reject the premise of your question and the characterization that I would be given or are given unlawful orders. It's all meant to attempt to smear the commander-in-chief, and I won't fall for it.
If the court says this deployment of troops into our cities is not legal, would you follow that court's order?
It's pending in the courts, Senator.
Well, when the court decides, would you follow that court's order decision?
I don't believe district courts should be determining national security policy.
I mean, Jason, these senators keep asking like hypothetical questions. I mean, no one with the right mind would fall into that trap.
Well, I think, again, Mark Esper is the person who said that Trump told him to, to shoot protesters in the leg. And I think, a criminal coming at you is a little bit different than a protester and shooting a protester in the leg.
Unless the protester is a criminal, but that's a whole different story.
And I would say the timekeeper should be the chair, and the chair should be the person who's in control, not the person who the witness, because they could always say, "Oh, your time is up." I think that's kind of silly. I think honestly, in terms of those questions and would he defy a court order, I think that's a legitimate question. That's something that anybody should be able to answer and answer. You
got to wait for the court to decide. But hypothetical questions, I mean, seriously.
Well, I think the reality is, with all of these congressional hearings, this is all made for TV, right?
Yes.
This is an opportunity for these politicians to fundraise off of their supposedly tough questions of the cabinet officials. And it cuts both ways with both Republicans and Democrats. And I actually appreciate that Hegseth went in there and treated it like a reality show, because that's what we're watching.